You ready to let the dogs out?
What?
Do what?
From the All Indiana Podcast Network.
Join Pet Pals TV's Patty Spitler as we celebrate our furry friends.
Cats, dogs, and all the critters in your family.
Celebrate the bond between pets and people and meet Hoosier heroes saving four-legged lives.
I love it. Good. I'm glad.
It's the Positively Patty Podcast.
I can't wait anymore.
Me neither.
Now, your host, here's Wish TV contributor Patty Spitler.
Positively Patty podcast coming up, and today a special guest, my friend Shannon Cagle. Now, you say, I know that name. Yep, she's on Great Day TV. She's our weekend gardener, and she's also a huge pet lover, and she has a big doggy with big news and big information. Bulldog. What kind of bulldog? We'll find out about Winston coming up on the Positively Patty podcast. And now it's time for the Positively Patty podcast. Once again, we've got so much to talk about, so we better get going. Shannon Cagle is with me. She is on Great Day TV. She is the weekend gardener. She does all kinds of things. We've been friends forever. And she also has a big dog. Let's start off with your big dog, and then we'll take it from there because you love animals. Winston, tell me about Winston.
Winston is a new dog in my life at a time when I didn't think I was going to be adding another dog.
Yeah.
I am a fan of somewhat larger dog breeds, not necessarily small dogs, such as Mabel. Not really my cup of tea, as
Gotcha.
it were.
Yeah.
I went to Butler, as you know.
Right.
But I'm kind of conflicted about the Bulldog breed because the Bulldog, as most Americans know them now, is a standard English Bulldog, like the wonderful mascots that we have at Butler University. But to my mind, they're not always a healthy choice.
Right. And there are a lot that end up in rescue. There's an Indiana Bulldog rescue, and because people either can't handle them or don't know what they're getting into, unfortunately, a lot do end up in the rescue. Wonderful rescue, but they have a lot of challenges. Go ahead. Yes.
No, they do. And, they're not for everyone.
No.
And I honestly wish that more people would spend more time with the breed or research a breed before they actually go in on a dog. Mm-hmm. I have my best friend from high school is a local veterinarian, and she will tell you the best family dog that you could get is a mutt. Go to the rescue and get a mutt. You're going to likely get a very great dog that way. All of hers are. I knew that I had a fuzzy place in my heart for bulldogs, and a very dear friend of mine did her own research on these and surprised me by taking me to the area breeder where Winston comes from. Winston is a Danville native in Hendricks County, if anybody is interested, with a very reputable breeder.
And you got to meet the mom dog and the dad dog and all of that. That's right. Get all the health records, all of that's so important.
Registration, all the siblings that remained, and got to choose Winston from the remaining dogs. Standard English Bulldogs, as you and I have spoken about before, they have a lot of health problems, which include breathing problems, skin infection problems, conditions where their eyelashes actually fold into their eyes, and they have to have surgery to correct those, ear issues.
And the females cannot give birth, many of them, unless it's cesarean because their hips are so small.
Yes.
So this is not the Bulldog that you have. You've got and he's a big boy. You said he's 90 pounds and he's the runt of the litter?
He was the runt of his litter, but I just couldn't pass up that sweet face. He's just he is a brown brindle, and he's got freckles on his white ear, and I just fell in love with him, and I know I made the right decision because we're just the best of friends. Winston is, I like to refer to him as a sort of a retro breed dog. He is of a breed that a gentleman named Levitt, you can look him up, was looking for the old-fashioned traits that were healthier in a bulldog.
Right.
And so he is taller, and he is leaner. His snout is longer than that familiar smushed face that you get with a bulldog. These are still issues that he may have, but whereas a standard English bulldog is only expected to live about 8 to 10 years, which is very saddening. I mean, we've lost Butler mascots before just due to the age. Winston is designed to live, and I use designed lightly. His traits are bred in him to keep him of an age of a regular American large dog, which is 12 to 14 years.
Yes.
At my age, that is going to look a bit into my older years. So,
and we have mentioned before, you can't see her, but when you see Shannon on Great Day TV, you got really skinny, and you were saying you probably couldn't handle this dog if you were the weight you were before.
That's right. I was not nearly as mobile or as healthy as I am now, and it seems a really great coincidence that Winston and I are both strong and healthy at the same time, so that we can work. And as you know, I live on a farm. Winston loves farm life. He loves other animals. He's extremely social. You've met him. He loves people.
Oh, he loves people. I got licks everywhere.
I know. We often say that Winston believes that all cats belong to him, whether the cats know it or not.
Wow.
He just loves them. He
and
adores
ducks,
them.
and you've got ducks and chickens and all kinds of
chickens.
things. Yeah, what, Rush County? You live in Rush County?
I live in Rush County on a historic farm, and I'm most fortunate. But it also gives Winston room to romp around. And I think sometimes when people get these dogs, they don't understand that it isn't a bulldog, happy bulldog trait to, run around and be rambunctious and throw their weight around, which is considerable.
He is a big boy, yeah.
Yeah, and
strong,
so, right. But, I try to, he goes to regular vet appointments. I try to make sure that he is managing his movement well. I don't want him to have any hip or leg issues. Even Olde English Bulldogs, such as Winston, and that's OLDE English Bulldog, BULLDOGGE, in case people want to look them up. They look very different from your standard bulldog.
And are they breeding around? Do you have reputable breeders in Indiana that
you absolutely can find them,
okay.
And there are registries. Yes,
okay.
Winston came through a reputable breeder. She has a sire and a dam, but she only breeds them every few years.
Good. Perfect.
But on the other hand, Winston, I believe, was out of a litter of about 11 puppies.
What?
And they did well. Yes, and she bore them naturally, and she was also bred naturally, which is another problem that they have with standards is that you can't do that. That's the problem with a popular dog breed, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can find that sometimes, but he is happy. He is loving.
He is happy.
He is a great friend and companion to me.
Oh, that's wonderful. I got the licks, and you can't wear a lot of makeup around him, can you?
No, he really
He'll take
likes
it off.
interesting smelling things like hand lotion.
Almost swallowed my earring too, but luckily I got that away. You also
he is
have
a chewer. He is a chewer.
He's a chewer?
Well, you've got to watch out for these. They want to chew on things, and they're
and
kind
he's
of
young.
Yes,
he's young
they can be somewhat indiscriminate, but that's more on you as the owner.
You we mentioned out in the country. You've always loved animals. I remember seeing pictures, and lab golden mix,
Yellow labs. Yes.
I always see you with a yellow lab, and now you've got the bulldog. It's just kind of a little different.
Yeah.
So you come at least well prepared in that you love animals, and you know your breed. You knew what you were getting this time, and he gets along too with the ducks and the chickens.
He does. Wow. He enjoys that. They're in an electric fence, which is to keep them safe from predators. And Winston did meet the electric fence one day, and it left a very powerful impression with him. And he is smart and maintains his distance now. But it's very funny when we have barn kittens. He will lie down on the ground and they will crawl all over him, just like cartoons. It's so funny because he's just so friendly to them. He adores them. He's a great dog, and he likes to visit the neighbor dogs. When he meets another dog, if that dog is worried or concerned or aggressive towards him, he will lie down. He is a submissive boy. He just wants to be friendly. And so, I don't worry about him necessarily being aggressive towards another dog, but I'm always on hand to make sure everything goes okay.
Yeah, you're always watching and make sure you can in control. I do know from my instance with other bulldogs is that they tend to not like other dogs. So you again have something very unique. And also let's face it, you give him so much love and treats that he's like, what have I got to be angry about? This is great. I'm having a great life. I'm enjoying it.
Yes, the angriest anybody gets with Winston is when he eats a shoe. So, other than that, he's got the best life ever. That's pretty much pretty much the story.
Eats a
there.
shoe. That's quite a feat.
Yes,
huh?
yes. But, he still gets to snuggle with me, so it all works out in the end. I recommend if people think that
Yes, go
if
ahead.
they think that standard English Bulldogs are a poor investment because of the health of those dogs, I would highly recommend investigating Old English Bulldogs. They're a good family dog. You need to train them. I mean, they'll run right over you if you let them. So you need to take that in hand.
Well, any dog, you need to be in. You need I always say, know your breed. Know what you're getting into. Can you support it financially? Can you support it food-wise? Are you willing to pick up after it? Know the lifespan. Know what you're getting into, because not every dog fits every person or family. If you're older, you may not want a border collie. I mean, because
Right.
they got to run. They need a job. Belgian Malinois. They need a job too. They need something to do. And in your case, your dog needs room to roam and explore.
He's a bouncy boy, but your point is well taken. I have never had pet insurance before Winston.
Oh.
Winston was not inexpensive. They're certified Old English Bulldogs are not always the easiest to find.
Right.
They're not breeding them in puppy mills or anything like that.
Thank
and
goodness.
because of his investment and because I want him to live a long, healthy, happy life, I did actually have him insured.
Good. Do that when they're young. I did find
Exactly.
that out. Except because of Bernese Mountain Dogs, because of their lifespan, and they're prone to cancer. These are all things I know, but again, I have a good breeder now, so I should be okay for most of his life. But I do know get the insurance when they're
Sure,
young.
sure.
I mean, that makes sense.
Well,
so you
and
don't
that's
wait
the
until
front
they're
end of
older.
your investment in the dog, and you are actually, you're protecting yourself and extending the dog's life instead of waiting until later. And I'm glad I did. Even these dogs, because they are so rambunctious, they can be prone to ACL tears
Oh, yes.
and other leg issues.
Right.
And they, like a lot of short-haired dogs, they sometimes develop skin allergies. To your point, these can be expensive issues. You want to love your dog and not have to worry about
Right,
that.
right.
Insurance can be a good bet.
And always the beginning of life and the end of life is where you spend a lot of money as well.
Indeed.
Yeah. So we've got that. Now, also, you see Shannon all the time. She's on Great Day TV. And you're talking about trees coming up here for the next couple of weeks. Trees that you should plant, not trees that you shouldn't. So tell me about Winston's favorite trees, and then we'll take it from there.
Well, at our place, we have on the farm we have a lot of different kinds of trees, and some good ones and some not so good ones. Maple trees. Winston is a stick chewer, so when we have sticks lying about the yard, he collects those for me. He's so sweet that way. But on Great Day TV, we have spoken frequently about bad trees or
Man.
bad tree situations, whether it's the Bradford pears.
Oh, my God. And they're so pretty, but they're
I know,
just awful.
which is why people went crazy with them. They're kind of a decorative tree, which is great, but ultimately they're not a good tree for our environment.
Right.
And they're terribly invasive. We've also talked about ash trees and emerald ash borer, and how even at my home, I have these trees that are now standing dead and disintegrating on the spot, which is not pretty, and it's also dangerous.
Yeah.
We wanted to talk about some really great trees that people should be considering this spring. If, let's say that you built a house on a lot that doesn't have trees and you want some
And you
trees,
want some.
what is a good investment for you? So we chose 5 different varieties, and we went to a great local business. It's a family farm that has been turned into an amazing tree nursery. It's called Woody Warehouse. It's actually not far from where Winston was born. It's in Hendricks County. And they grow all regionally native trees, about 160 varieties
Wow.
from seed.
Wow.
They grow them from seed. I got to see oak trees growing from little acorns and all of these, and they are stunners. And, let's say you wanted to purchase a tree like that. Do some tree investigation like you would do a pet investigation.
Oh, look what you did there. I love that.
Research is only good for you. Don't put in a tree that is going to be horrible for you or your neighbors.
Oh, yeah. What
know.
is that tree? The only tree I had to take it down. It's a tree, and it's got those big things, those balls that fall off, and they got spikes in them.
Oh, yeah.
They're horrible.
Yeah, I
and
know.
they're all over the place here. and they don't just shed these balls
Yes.
on one season. It's all winter, summer, all the time. So you're walking around in the yard, and ouch, you just
Yep.
And then the dog stuff gets in.
Yeah.
But they're everywhere. That is one tree I had taken down in
Yes,
my yard.
and I know what you're talking about, and I really, really, I enjoy those. Sweet gum is
That's
the
it.
name of the tree. Sweet gum, and they have a beautiful leaf. They are a beautiful, tall, gorgeous
Yes,
tree.
It was gorgeous, except for those.
But nobody likes trees that shed the
Constantly.
fruit of sweet gum.
Constantly.
Ginkgos, female ginkgos, have mushy, gross, smelly fruits. The trees are gorgeous again, and then too another one. I mean, walnuts. Walnut trees are.
yeah.
I have lots of those, and it's like walking on marbles every fall.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Yeah, it's difficult. So these are great choices, and there are 5 different sizes. Maybe you need a hedge. Maybe you need some cover for the front of your house. Maybe you want to invest in a really good long-term hardwood for your family home. And I have some excellent ideas for you.
That's where you need to go. If you need some more information, you want to check out some of Shannon's stories, of course, we invite you to watch Great Day TV. Locally, we're on every Saturday at 10 o'clock and on Wish TV and 11 o'clock on WHMB, Channel 40. And we invite you to watch Shannon there. Also, go to our website, greatdaytv.com, and you can see all of Shannon's stories there. And people can write to you and ask you about Winston and your trees.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I would love to talk about Winston and plants all day long. I am the most fortunate of women, Patty. Thanks for talking with me.
Oh, Shannon Cagle, our friend. We invite you to watch Great Day TV. And with that, I'm going to say we'll see you next time on the Positively Patty podcast. Thank you. This has been the Positively Patty podcast from Wish TV. I'm Patty Spittler. Be sure to follow and subscribe to this podcast. Make sure you do that now and check out for new updates every single week. You can also learn more at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook.
Discover more pet-friendly stories at petpalstv.com and stay with Wish TV online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Be sure to like and subscribe to this podcast and discover more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.